In section 2, we're going to talk about cylinders. So a cylinder is a solid with two circular bases and one curved side. So one of the most common cylinders is pop can, and then canned vegetables, that sort of thing, canned soup. Those are all an example of a cylinder. So when it comes to finding the base area, because both of the bases are circles, the base area is the area of the two circles. And since the area of a circle is pi r squared and we have 2, that area would be 2 pi r squared. Okay. The lateral area is just the area of that one curved side. Okay. And in order to figure out the formula for this curved side's area, what we do is we flatten out the cylinder. So that's what this picture is. You have your two circular bases, and then when you flatten out that curved side, you end up with a rectangle. Okay. So our curved side is a rectangle. So the way we're going to find that area, well, the area of a rectangle is just length times width, and the width of our rectangle is just the height of our cylinder, and then our length is this longer side, which when curved around one of the bases ends up being the circumference of a circle. So the area for the curved side is going to be the circumference of a circle, 2 pi r, times the height. Let's go ahead and use this in a couple examples. So we want to find the lateral area of our cylinders. So lateral area is 2 pi r h, so where r is the radius and h is the height. So the radius of our cylinder in the first example is 3, and the height is 8. So that gives us a lateral area of 48 pi, and then again, because it is area, it would be centimeters squared. We want to approximate the decimal area as well, which is 150.80 centimeters squared. On our next example here, to find the lateral area, we still do 2 pi rh, and in this case, our radius is 1.5 and our height is 3. So once we multiply, we get that our area is 9 pi feet squared, which is an approximate area of 28.27 feet squared. Now we're going to talk about total area, which is also surface area. So that is the sum of the base area and lateral area. And in this case, because each of those areas had their own formula, there is a formula for the total area of a cylinder. So the surface area formula is the base area, 2 pi r squared, plus the lateral area, which is 2 pi r h. So we go to find the total area of our cylinder, we just use that formula. Surface area equals 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. So in this case, we're actually given the diameter of our circular base, which is 8, which means our radius is 4. So we have 2 pi times 4 squared plus 2 pi times 4, and then our height is 10. So when we square 4, we get 2 pi times 16 plus, and then 2 times 4 times 10 is going to give us 80 pi. 2 pi times 16 is going to give us 32 pi plus our 80 pi. So we get a total surface area of 112 pi, and then our units are centimeters squared. So our approximate area as a decimal is 351.86 centimeters squared. Lastly, we want to talk about volume. So the way we find the volume of a cylinder is the same way that we find the volume of a prism. It's the area of one base times the height. Well, in this case, since our base is a circle, the area of one base is pi r squared, and then our height is h. So it's the same idea as a prism, but in this case, because the base is a circle, we have an exact formula. So the volume of a cylinder is given by the equation pi r squared h. So go ahead and use this in an example. So we want to find the volume of our cylinder. So we use pi r squared h. So similarly, we're given the diameter is 14, so that means that our radius is 7. So pi times 7 squared, and then our height is 4. So that gives us 4 pi times 49, since that's 7 squared, which gives us a volume of 196 pi, and then our units will be centimeters cubed, because volume is always cubic units. So that's going to give us a decimal approximation of 615.75 centimeters cubed. So let me know if you have any questions while working on the assignment over cylinders.